And we have returned. You're listening to CSE Talk Radio. This is Beth Ann. I started to call myself Melody again. I've got Melody Cedarstrom with us today. We'll have Discount Gold and Silver Trading. You can give her a call in the office at 1-800-375-4188. That's 1-800-375-4188. Or if you have a question, you can give us a call right now at 877-895-5410. Emphasis on now. Don't wait 3 minutes when we're about ready to go off the air. Do it now. 877-895-5410. Well, I'm looking at all these things, as I mentioned in the monologue, and you're absolutely right that the markets and the income and the financial status of people are going to sway their votes. More so than some of these other topics. They've made them quite real, with showing all the pictures of the invaders that are coming across trying to come to our borders. And now they've brought up the topic of the birthright. And like I said, I remember Phyllis Schlafly talking about that years and years ago, and apparently they didn't do anything then. And I doubt that they'll do anything now, but they might. Who knows? Were you going to say something?
Agreed.
Okay.
You said it all.
I did. We're done now. No, that's not true. That's not true.
We need a listener to call.
We do. What is the matter with them? Well, I wanted to visit this topic as well because it does involve money and it involves taxpayer dollars. And it is another reason that I got pretty upset with the Republican Party back in 2012. And I believe that it is the reason that Donald Trump got elected as president of the United States. It had nothing to do with the Democrats then. It had everything to do with the Republicans. But Planned Parenthood, now we discovered this through something else here in the state of Missouri because Claire McCaskill has received campaign money endorsements from Planned Parenthood. Now, they spend $500 million trying to take over Congress, which means they're putting money towards candidates that they believe will favor them and keep them intact, continue to killing babies. And we know that they receive at least 40-some, I wanted to say 47, but it's 40-some percent of their revenue from taxpayer dollars. So here they are, and it says that taxpayer funding frees up donors to direct their money to Planned Parenthood. So they can donate the money that gets donated, they can spend, but I guess the tax dollars they get, they cannot. But that makes sense as to why both Republicans and Democrats, I don't know how many Republicans have gotten any money from Planned Parenthood, if any. I'm just throwing that out there. But it would make sense that that's why they haven't defunded them just yet. Doesn't that make sense to you?
Well, it sure does. I mean, absolutely it does. And where did I saw a cartoon where it shows in D.C. they're called lobbyists, but everywhere else they're called crooks and corruption, and they were thieves or whatever, and it's true. We have to eliminate these lobbyists, or it's just going to continue, and we shouldn't have to pay for things that we don't believe in. It's not the government's, it's not their place to do so, and you're right. As long as they keep getting paid, and as long as that money, they're not going to do anything about it. They'll hear what the people want to hear. They'll say what the people want to hear. We've been hearing it for years.
We do have a caller. We have Dave from Delaware. He wants to talk about the 14th Amendment. Dave, how are you today?
Yes, actually, it's Bill.
Oh, it's Bill. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hi. Listen, here's the 14th Amendment. It says, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state where they reside. Now, very important, in 1873, there was an edict by the Attorney General, which was approved by the Supreme Court, saying the word jurisdiction must be understood to mean absolute and complete jurisdiction, meaning people who are dwelling in this country and are not actual citizens, those on a green card, a visa, or who walk in illegally, are in the United States and only subject to jurisdiction to a very limited extent. That was an 1873 opinion of the U.S. Attorney General of the 14th Amendment, which was upheld and is still on the books.
Yes.
So, all this in mind, this whole thing about birth citizenship, Mr. Trump, actually President Trump is right.
Yes.
But what we need is a Supreme Court decision and a quick review by them on this.
I
That
agree.
is what is needed.
I agree completely, Bill. I agree with that. I've been reading several different articles on that today, and that was in there, what you're just telling me. That was in there as well as other things. And the 14th Amendment has like 5 sections to it, and that was the first section that you were reading from. And it's really, really interesting, to go on and on about it even dealt with the slaves that were freed and their children being born and them being born here. And it even talked about our Native Americans, how we weren't allowing them to be citizens, and that got changed
Correct.
too.
So, it's very, very concise.
Jurisdiction
very
is huge. That's a huge word, and we need to have it defined. I appreciate it. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome. Good day.
All right,
Well, yep, he's absolutely correct. And
yeah, it needs, and I think that's one thing, that if you can say all we want about President Donald Trump, but he does bring things to light that we need to start thinking
brings
about.
things to the forefront,
Yes.
and it was so desperately needed.
Absolutely.
These topics did need to be discussed. Some of these do need to be changed, and but they do have to be changed the proper way.
Right.
So, and at least we have to make the attempt. But I agree. I think that's so important that he brings these topics, to the forefront.
Bring them to the table. Let's talk about them. Let's
Bring
debate
them to the table. You got it.
But the left will go. They'll just go ballistic. I mean, they'll just go absolutely ballistic. Well, we're down to just a few, about 30
They
seconds.
go ballistic over a rainy day.
They do. It's Trump's fault if it rains or if it doesn't rain. So let's give the package again and the phone number again that you have available.
$25 face value, 90% silver, and a 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagle, $422. If you purchase 2 packages, it includes free shipping. So it's a great little package to get started. You can buy 1 or 100 of these, and silver and gold are both beginning to come back. Let me see. Let me update this. Well, they've come back a little bit since we started the program, not by a whole lot, but somewhat, and we're in for a bumpy ride financially. I didn't get a chance much to talk about, we did have a painful month in the stock markets, and so there was a lot to talk about financially, but we'll just have to hold that for next week.
Well, that was next week in the elections. There's no telling what will happen between now and next week. We talked a little bit about that in the first part of the show, but yes, we need to concentrate on that. Melody, thank you for your patience and putting up with me and the things that are going on, and I appreciate all that you do to help my listeners. Give Melody a call at 1-800-375-4188. That's 1-800-375-4188. Prepare where you are. Prepare. Don't be scared. Be prepared. And let's bring America home.